Right up off this, eh? Right in there. There's a fish.
There we go. Good, good. Had
Finally.
to be one.
There you go. So you might have seen the tandem streamer setup. Well, here we are again. And this time it is a small kind of coppery sparkle minnow of sorts. Ish, you know, those home bastardizations. And you've seen this one before. 2 splitties, bugger, spun deer hair, some brown marabou, some kind of blood crystal chenille, a little brown, blue sparkly stuff, crystal flash, and some pearlescent in the tail. 2 splitties at the head, 13 feet on 3x to the top fly. Am I being perfectionistic? No. Am I going fishing? Oh yeah. And that's all there is to this. So I'm just going to end up working through this stuff. We're out here today not specifically looking to do this because we've done a lot of this. We've come out here a couple weeks worth of fishing already this year. And do I want to keep streamer fishing? No, I do like it, and it's effective. It catches fish, but we're out here hoping to see something come on the dry fly. And we're hoping that the squallows have started to do their thing. But we'll see. Today it was kind of cold overnight. Again, the snow would have melted in the foothills. That's a big tread. Fresh. Somebody else has been here. Oh no. But the point is, it's cold. So am I expecting heaps? Nah. Am I hoping for something? Yeah. And again, let that sink. Kind of jig twitch. Hang it near the shore. See who does what. These rocks right in here have fish. They're great current breaks, great little depth, and some nice rocks. So let's just kind of bring it through here, kind of a slow, let it sink, pulse, sink, jig it. Just every pull is raising it vertically. So you want to make sure that you're in touch with the end of your fly line, watching what it does, and just use the end of your fly line as your indicator in this situation. Alrighty. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that should be about 4 or 5 feet down, and a pull coming across. You're covering this bit of water right through that foamy seam line. There's lots of rocks out there, and I'm just trying to, oh, there's a fish. Yeah, he took on that strip. You saw that, eh? Nice fish. Good. Just a pulse and a strip. Pulse and a strip. And with that new Orvis pack, everybody will be excited to know that my net is right there now. And as usual, this little guy took my spun deer head buggery thing. So the question might be, why am I not using a sink tip line? Basically because the cliff walls behind me on this river, that knock is really hard to overcome at the angles you have to fish. And I just want to be able to lift, flick, a couple false casts, and place my flies right in this stuff here. Whereas on a sink tip at that distance, it won't have the same action. It'll go to depth and stay at depth, but it won't have that lifting power that the floating line does. Every pulse is bringing that up 6, 8, 10 inches off the bottom. And I just want to be able to lift and pulse and hang. Whereas a sink tip would pretty much be right at depth. And that's not necessarily what I want. And again, as that's dead drifting, you just want to look and watch the end of your fly line, see if there's any action. Sorry, I was just looking at a black beetle on the water. It looked like a squalla for a second. It's not. So those are the things that you have to look for as you're fishing. Okay, I'm going to hit this bucket right up here. Up, pause, and place. No, it's cool. Now I just want to keep working this shelf because I knew there had to be somebody nosed in along that stuff, eh? Could still be another one, or 2, or 5. But it had to be in that little slot that you're getting into. right in across there. Sink it. Doesn't have to be deep. You just got to get the bring right across that shelf on those broken rocks. Yeah. There you go. Oh, that was a good hit. Yeah, right in here. No, one more try here. Just out in here, just kind of right. Yeah, like it's just behind that, eh? Yeah. So right off this shelf, right up along here, cast and nosed in. Obviously, it was sitting there just waiting for food. It's not a huge fish, but nice. Yeah. Yep, absolutely. Right on that shelf, eh? Even browns. Even. They love nosing into those shelves, eh? There's that guy there. Hey, again, same fly. And pop. Get that guy out there. Wicked. Okay, so I've got a shelf across the way with a great looking drop off that's creating some nice seam right in there. And I just want to kind of make sure that that drops a few seconds. Oh, a couple of mayfly spinners there. But I just want to make sure that it drops a couple seconds, and I just want to retrieve it through that choppy, dancey water. Now I was just coming across that big boulder, submerged rope boulder there, and pulsing. Yeah, see? The olive woolly bugger. Yeah, and new net holder from Orvis pack. I like that. And in the net, I don't have to reach for my pack, my net off my pack anymore. 1, 2, 3. Sweet. Wicked. Yeah, just raise that up just a touch here, and right where am I pointing? Right there. Just a rod length away from my arm. Just in the deep stuff, casting across and upstream, and the idea is get it out there, let it sink 4 or 5 seconds, and just pulse right along the edge of that smack. I don't know, slow, fast. There's all sorts of depth in rock, and the thing is, do I just kind of hang it at the surface there for a second, see if anybody comes? Okay, I got some rocks right in front of me. Let's just lead that rock just by a rod length, let it sink, and 4 or 5, that should do it. If anybody was surfing on the pillow of that boulder, you never know, right? We're prospecting and just trying to pick off where the seams are. Big haul, pause, and place. Big haul, get that line speed going backwards, and you should be good just to place it on your front cast. Just walk it along that drop off. Now the problem I can see out there is its uniform color, which usually means flat rock bottom, and that's not always the best stuff. So let's try this from a different angle, going across here, up, line speed, pause, place. See how that laid out, just so. On that second back cast, that you just get that line speed going, shoot it behind you up, let that extend, line through your left hand, offhand, and then just a little pause, haul, and place. Oh wow, Amelia's way up here now. I better catch up. That seam is up here. Watch this. Haul, pause, and place. And it goes straight out. No worries. Okay. I know there's big fish kicking through here. If you're a big brownie. Oh, there he was. Ah, had him. Saw the flash and everything. Yep. Just again. Whew, just right off these boulders in the drop-off zone. There's a nice drop-off shelf here and a bunch of boulders right in this pocket. Again, on the spun deer hair buggery do. See, for those non-believers about split shots and whatnot, well, it works right at the head, right? There you go. Gorgeous little male. There he goes. Wicked. Yeah, so the idea, funny, is Amelia's fishing dry flies just up there, and this little pocket comes right in here, and there's a couple boulders right there, and just right in, again, cast across slightly above the line of the boulder that you think might be holding a fish, and then just pulse it along. Boof. Now I'm going to go out, walk this. There's kind of a shallow, waist-deep bridge to get out to that water out there, that nice seam stuff with a bunch of depth on the other side of that rock shelf. I think I'm going to go check that out. Okay. here we go. So you can see that just turns from brown to green. I'm gonna go more across from me because there's a nice shelf and pocket right there. Not convinced, but that'd be the spot. Amelia's working on a wagon wheel upstream of me here. Oh, another squall on the water there. Oh wow. Pulling out the wagon wheels. Anybody? No. There's a submerged rock right up here. I'm just going to place it right above, and it's going to bring that right along the edge. See if anybody wants to come out. Not right there, but out here is another really good looking drop off zone. See, I'm standing on flat rock. How about out in there? Since I didn't get anything where I was targeting, I can now kind of go across and really fish this bucket here a little bit more effectively. Again, it's arcing that way. I'm just getting a little pulses here. And I'm going to fish it until it comes across the edge of this shelf here, because that's where they usually hit it. Just that slow, cold water chase. Okie dokie. So, Amelia's just up ahead of me here, just a rod length back from the drop off. And I'm just going to put this in, just in along that choppy water out there, half rod length out from the drop off. And the idea is I'm just looking for these fish that are just kind of sitting on that step, that first step drop off zone. So as this always goes, you know that cast after I turn the camera off? Yeah, this is the cast after turning off the camera. Yeah. Anyway, again, cast up off that shelf and right to him. Couldn't have fed this fish any better. Right to it. It was like Amelia and I were just talking. And there we go. There we go. Nice.
So we're always looking for rises, and during our lunch that we just had, we saw a fish rise twice, right out in line with my rod. The second ditty further up and out left. I missed where you're looking there.
Kind of 10 o'clock to the stump across the road.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. Yeah. So we've seen this guy rise 2 more times, and he's probably from where the end of my rod tip is, probably another 3 or 4 rod lengths right out in kind of this flat water here. Really nice looking boulder, hey, just subsurface there, and no doubt he's probably surfing the top end of it, or just the seam of rocks right above it. Do a little bit more inside. There's a bit of a trough there. Oh, there it is. Did you see that, Dave? Okay. And I'm gonna go for it. Yes, nice, beauty fish. That's awesome. Haha, you gotta like that. Yes. Good size. Stuck with the dry. Hell yeah. And stuck with the bigger dry. I was a little worried with this beetle, to be honest, that this fish might slash at it. But no, he came in. Dave assured me, nah, this fish big enough, he's gonna suck it in. And that's exactly what happened, so that's cool.
That and the wind cover.
Yeah, it did help a lot too.
Looks like a nice fish. Look.
It is a nice fish, you know? Keep his head up here, surf him in. Here we go. Yeah, and up and in the net. Sweet, beautiful fish. That's awesome, hey? Cool. Yeah, so really nice fish.
Take a couple shots here.
Awesome, you bet. Thanks there, girl. Haha, sweet.
good.
Really enjoyable. Yep, again, just sometimes you got to be patient for that rise
For that
to
one
come
fish.
again, that one fish rise, and say, okay, Dave, you ready? I'm going for it. Yeah.
I'm feeling pretty good about my numbers with streamers, but guess what? I would trade 5 streamer fish.
I know. Well,
But-
I think we're just gonna look here. Maybe
Oh, no.
you're
Let's
gonna
go
keep fishing with streamers.
Oh yeah. Okay, so right up of that slab, hey, by a rod, and maybe just on the left side of it up. Well, let's go see. It just looked like a little dimple of no consequence. Anybody want to bet on that? I don't. And that, it's funny because the fish I just caught wasn't gigantic rings though, really. Just all looks, oh, no, that's a better fish than you think. Yeah. Just a little bit ahead. It might only be 16, but alrighty, here we go. Behind him, I think. No, that's, what happened there? How did I break that off? Yeah, I'm a little upset for sure, but I think what happened was, since I was streamer fishing this morning, you know where I pinched my splitties? I probably just changed from a streamer to a dry, slid the splitties off, and then tied on tippet from there. And that weak line there is what broke off. Okay, so Amelia thinks she saw another one just out from me here. So I'm just gonna put it on the water kind of where I saw the rings, right out here. Here we go. Right in there. Yep, that's the one. Isn't that amazing? Yeah. Yeah. Jumping, eh? Nice. Nice chunky little female. There's quite a few fish kicking around here right now. Sweet. That was very happy.
Absolutely.
Skinny little girl, but still 18 inches.
Pretty though, yeah. Here we go. Yeah, and anytime.
Okay, here we go. Nice. I just wanted to go and hit a couple edges of rocks here. Kind of along that line of bouldery things, you know? You know they're out there.
Yeah. Great place you're in.
Yeah. I think anything that has a seam might need a... There, just like that, see? That's a hell of a fish. I wasn't even watching, and I just knew. Why is it at the start of the day, I knew, just had a hunch to work the seams along this bank. Like, that's insane. Yeah, it's three fish right here. Come on, buddy. That's a gorgeous fish. Stunning fish. There we go. Just had a hunch that they were going to be sitting right along there. What a fish. I wasn't even looking. I was looking, turning my whole body to look upstream for a rise. And I turned around and there's a set of rings where my fly used to be. And when it looks like that, you like that. Okay. So, just like that, you find that spot, hey? Jeepers. Oh, yeah. Wasn't even looking at my fly. I just knew I had to prospect that stuff. And yeah.
What a beautiful fish, eh?
Absolutely stunning fish.
Yeah.
I thought at the start of the day, we got to prospect along the edges. That first step, you know, you get this shallow stuff out, and if you get those rock ledges and broken rock, and then a drop to deeper water, with stone flies, well, on a day like today, these fish are going to be right on that transition, just on the edge of that step. And I was kicking myself coming up here for not fishing that. And we saw that rise, caught that fish, gorgeous fish. Then this one, and I broke it off because of a dumb move with my splitties. And okay, then I catch the next one that rose. And then there's a seam line out here that I know right on the edge of the rocks to the deeper stuff. And I was like, yeah, I've seen this before on so many rivers. So I just punched the fly you know, big foam beetle right on the edge of that transition into that seam line. And I just turned to look because I thought I saw a rise over here. I turned back because I heard a noise over here. Well, my fly's gone and there's a set of rings. That's a fish. I can bobber fish.
Yep.
Anyway, and we're just starting to get into the good stuff. And you just finished saying, well, you can prospect if you want, Dave, but only for 10 minutes because we got to get up to the good water. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think this is good water. And sure as anything, I'm ahead and straight out from me, Amelia goes, you see that rise? And sure, okay, I see the rings, great. And it just looked like this little dimple. Sure enough. And it was just a little dimple. It was just a little of big lips and, well, 25 inches. What a gorgeous fish. But if you keep your eyes open, even if you're not fishing everything, if you keep your eyes open looking for fish or rings or dimples, and, you know, even right now, if I saw a dimple 50 yards up, I'd go, okay, on the shore, there's that rock or that rock, and you triangulate. And that's where you stick to it. And even though everything in us is just like, it's not going to be a great day, because there's no bugs, no wind, no clouds, stick to it, because there's magic in every day. You may not get it on video, like we get to love to get it on video, but you see those pictures and look at that fish. Stick to it, even if it's tough, just stick to it anyway, because something magical is gonna happen. It happens every day, and it's our job to go digging for treasure, and that was it. See if anybody's around. And this is water where that long leader really shines. You don't cross the fish with your heavy fly line, and you just want to get it out there. Just want to play it short into the bucket with the fly line. Let that foam thing drop and flop and pop. And this is all about the drop of that foam, hey? Just the plop will get their attention on a day like today. Not a breath of wind. And then from there, you're going to go up one, point to the direction you want it, back, pause, and just place it on the water. Just gentle stuff like that. You don't have to make a giant commotion. You can just fish. Again, that smack is the first thing. Then let it drift, and then 5, 6 seconds later, just kind of give it twitch, twitch, and twitch. Just expecting. You don't want to overdo it, but you don't want to underdo it. And when the wind picks up, sometimes you can get away with a little bit more twitching, just because you got to bring attention to yourself. Whereas if it was just remain flat water like it was before the wind just picked up, you don't want to do too much twitching. This is that kind of day where you want there to be fish lined up, but how could there possibly be fish lined up? It just doesn't work that way. They're where they are. Okay, let's just pause it and pop it in there, and that'll get that long leader to extend. I'm going to try to hit the head of it there. Pause, pause, haul, out on the water. Beautiful. Dare to dream. Okay, all systems go. Batteries both replaced. I want there to be fish here, but I'm skeptical I'll get them there because it's deep and those fish are meat eaters. I think I'm going to want to just focus on those fish that are just on those nosed into that shelf water and broken rock water, and just see what happens. I want to try to kind of work my side of the seam and try to pick off the fish that I know that are shallowest and closest, right on that seam there. We're getting to the place where I should get somebody to come up based on, you know, that. I don't even know what to say to that. That was so epic, that eat. It was like, yeah, that's got to happen right about there. Roly roly, here's the alligator. That's the alligator. Keep him up, keep him up, keep him up, and get your net underneath the alligator. There you go. Wicked. Wicked. I like that. I don't know what your problem is. It's just like, yeah, it's got to happen.
I love to, and isn't it great where you say it, and then
Yep.
those are just fun times. I don't know what it is about fly fishing, but that's what I love maybe the most.
Most. It's like, yeah, that's going to happen right.
Oh, calling.
Yeah.
I called it. Yeah.
Oh, wow, this guy. I got to get this going here, love. She wrapped pretty aggressively. Here we go.
Yeah, cool.
Sweet. Nice. Thanks, Mrs. Fish. Awesome. So Amelia was fishing streamers right along the shoreline here.
I just flipped it up.
Amelia was just lifting off this shoreline.
Yep.
And
I literally just flipped it up from behind me, water loaded it, came down, and I just, as I was just twitching up, I felt this big tug.
yeah, the big lift.
Big fish.
I can get below you if the net if you want, love.
Sure, if you like to.
Or if you want to, I don't care. I mean,
You know, you go for it. It'd be wonderful.
sure.
I'll try to bring them in.
Yeah. Well, that's a good. Is that
It's
a pipe?
a nice fish. Oh, hell, is it a pipe? Come on.
Let's get that rod around.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's big fish.
It's a really nice fish.
Oof, look at that thing.
Okay,
That's the one you caught on
back
dry
up
fly
here.
about a month ago.
Try to bring them in the net.
The last time we were here.
Yeah, I think so, hey?
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
Nice fish. Awesome, love. Yeah, I think that's the same fish you caught on the dry last time we were here.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, so anybody paying attention here, last time we were here, Amelia caught that same fish on a dry fly, and she just happened to go ahead of me with the dry fly rod while I was streamer fishing, and you caught it.
Yep.
This time you let me go ahead on the dry fly.
Yeah, you go ahead
and she catches it on the and she catches it on the streamer on me.
I'm quite okay with that, you know.
Well, yeah, of course, I
Yeah,
suspect.
what a fish. What a fish.
Okay, let's just do the release here.
Let's see the release then.
Okay, hang tight.
Let's cut things.
Yep.
When you're ready.
Okay, just go ahead.
Nice.
I gotta focus.
Four.
Okay, down, up, go. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
He was ready to go, eh? Yeah.
What a fish. That was so enjoyable.
Okay, so we're working up here. Amelia had one black at hers, at her streamer, and then one was rising all of 3 times. And then it quit. And you know how that goes. And you just kind of want to say, really? There he is.
Good time.
Yeah, actually it wasn't a huge fish,
No,
but I'm still gonna
it's almost different.
fish my way up though.
Yeah.
Right in there. See if anybody comes to that. Finally rose again, eh? Jeepers. Ooh, okay. That's a good set of lips.
Yeah, that is.
Anytime you can hear it from 40 yards, you know?
Oh, yeah.
It's a funny fish though.
It really is.
Keep it out there. Just 'cause.
Give me a heads up when you think you're going to go in the zone.
Yeah, I just, you know me, I like to see
Oh, yeah.
another, but
Work your way.
it may not, you know? So I'm just gonna wait
Oh,
after I land that one.
jeepers.
Oops. That's a good fish actually, Mills. That's probably the one that took your streamer. Yeah, well, I was looking for this other riser and this guy hit my fly. It's called Le Oops.
Yeah, that's a good fish.
Want to toss me the net that's on your pack? Yeah. That's one of those ones that you never know what's going to happen. Yeah, it was just a warm-up practice cast lining up for the fish that's actually rising.
Yeah.
And this is one of those oops 22, 23-inch browns. You know how that is. Yeah, the world's all excited about that stuff. Yeah. There we go. Nice fish. Oops. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4.
I got it, yeah.
Okay, ready?
Yeah, anytime.
Here we go. You take that. Jeepers. What do you do for an encore for that? Flies on the water, pay attention. You just don't know, you know? And this guy seemed stationed, seemed bigger, but might be cruising and might be smaller. That is funny when the fish that rose 3 or 4 times is not the one I catch. It's the one I catch is the one that you had bumped the streamer, but wasn't rising. I'm just going to fish my way up, just kind of, in this case right here, I've got a fish that had risen, and I'm just going to keep my stuff short and controlled casts. I want to go right at where I think the fish was, but he has not risen. It has not risen, and probably close to 10 minutes, and I don't want to just go in there. I want to make sure I'm in control and just short casts. You just don't know if he's cycling, if he's sitting on a rock, if he's cruising up and down a seam. So you just want to basically stay in your control zone. Keep a relatively tight line, not absolutely arrow straight, but you want to make sure that, you know, you're doing the best line control, the best short cast, the absolute, okay, I'm going to work that piece of water, and just put it where you want to put it. See, that could induce a fish. This fly could induce a fish from a good rod length away. And I just like to be short on the inside. There he was.
Okay, yeah.
He's moved up the shoreline.
Okay.
And that's the whole kick, right? Going to go right now, love.
Go for it.
I don't know if that's on him either. Yeah, that's on him. That'll be on him. He came downstream at me, so that fly might just go whee.
That'd be on him.
It was a great set of lips. Yeah, he just quit down here, and when they quit, you just gotta slowly get through the sequence of things, and you just gotta play it shy. Eventually, they'll come. I don't think this is the same fish, though. No, it's not that big. Really don't.
Interesting.
Nice male. There we go.
Hence the set of lips.
Yeah, exactly. They always have sets of lips. Yeah, it's funny because I just get the feeling that that big guy could just rise beside us right away here too, because that's not the same fish. No, you wouldn't think, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just gonna pop this.
Sure.
And we'll just go. Ready?
Absolutely. Yeah, anytime.
Okay.
Nice.
Wicked. Nice.